Hello there, I'm the Base Manager and welcome back to Space Engineers. Now, today we start the episode over on our drone chamber. That's because last time I forgot to do something very simple, which was to add one of these panels to help us close or open the hangar doors. I have a button for the lower deck, the upper deck, and then I have two buttons just to open them all or close them all. Right, we just press those buttons and we can see the hangars going crazy. Now, today we are going to work on the back end of our capital ship. We have two things left to do. Well, we have several things left to do, but when it comes to big projects, we have a industrial area expansion project, where we should add a bunch more stuff to our industrial area. After all, we have the space, so how about we do that as soon as possible? It's only going to benefit us. With more production means faster building speeds, so I think that's a good idea. Also, once we are done with that, we should start working on the hangar bay for the Hulk. Like I said last episode, I kind of want to build a unpressurized hangar bay to protect and cover up the Hulk colonizing ship. So, these are the two things that I wish I could do today, but I'm unsure if I'm going to be able to complete them. Also, in other news, there is no way for me to enter, is there? Of course not. Everything is almost built. I would like to thank you all for the continuous support that you guys have shown to this channel. We have recently reached the 1000 subscribers, and I can't describe how happy and thankful I am for that accomplishment. So, thank you very much. Now, my friends, before I start building anything, it was brought to my attention that maybe it would be nice if I placed some sort of warning before I start my time lapses, given that some of you are wearing headphones, and I don't wish to give you any jump scares. So I'll try to find a small symbol to put in a corner of the videos just before the time-lapse starts, just to give you a heads up. I don't wish to scare you or your cats, so yeah. With that in mind, however, I'm going to start putting a few things in the industrial area. I still need to think what we need, but I would say that it would be, let me see, do I have materials? Of course not. Of course, I never have the materials once I want to start building. And I'm out of plates again. Huh, interesting. In any case, this should be enough. I think it would be a good idea to add a few more hydrogen containers, or hydrogen tanks. We have 6. That's plenty, by the way. That's a lot of hydrogen. But what if we add 8? I think that would be a good idea. More storage for hydrogen. After all, we are going to run our engines on hydrogen. We need hydrogen to refuel our ships, and we need hydrogen for power, because our power is going to be used by our power is going to be produced by hydrogen engines, which means that we are going to need what do you need? Interior plates. We need hydrogen for power production as well, so more hydrogen, always very useful things, so yeah. Also, more cargo containers, because I came to the realization that the cargo containers that we have, it's like nothing. We have the ability of carrying pretty much no resources at all with these small cargo containers. So if we go like this and we slap 2 of these bad boys, I think that is going to give us additional cargo, and of course we cannot forget, I think, yep, this, can't forget about more refining power, like we saw in a few episodes ago. I don't recall if it was the last episode. No, it wasn't the last episode. It was 2 episodes ago. We went and grabbed some platinum and gold, and that took forever to get done. So how about we don't have that happen anymore, and we slap more refineries on this bad boy, and that way we can process more materials quicker. And of course, my favorite thing in the entire world, assemblers. I love having a billion assemblers always. There is one thing that I don't like, and that thing is waiting for components to be ready before I go in my welding sprees. So how about I fix that by adding 2 additional assemblers, and then we can put the speed modules on them to make them even faster. Okay, my friends, the industrial area has been upgraded. I added 1 more refinery than I said previously, so now we have 6 refineries instead of 2. Great improvement. I also upgraded 2 of the 4 new refineries. I'm not going to upgrade these ones just yet. I don't want to spend all the materials that I have on this, but the second refineries have been upgraded with 3 speed modules and 1 heal module. I'm just going to do different upgrade thingies for different refineries. Why? I don't know. I just like the pattern. It is mostly for my own aesthetical purposes than anything else. I mean, the speed modules are there for speed, because I like things getting done fast. That's why the assemblers have also been upgraded. And these assemblers are also upgraded. I'm just not going to put modules on top of them because I want to put a catwalk in there. But they have upgrades underneath them. But in any case, this is going to help us out significantly. We are now producing components faster than I can weld them, which is the objective when it comes to the assemblers. So yeah, we can now move on to other things like covering all of this area with blocks and starting to give shape to this back end. Alright, my friends, so after laying a billion blocks, the game is starting to get a little bit chuggy. There is way too many blocks that need to be welded, my friends. I'm going to stop the block laying right now, and I'm going to weld all of this. And then, if I need to chop off a few blocks here and there to give it a little bit of shape, I will, but the game is telling me, hey, you already have too many blocks. Please weld them. Alright, my friends, so we kinda have the skeleton part of the Hangar Bay built, and before I go towards the beautification part of the build, where I start cutting off blocks and adding wedges and stuff like that to give it some shape, I want to have the the blast door mechanism ready to go, so that you know, I know where to put some blocks around the hinges to cover them if that is what I want in the future. So I think that would be a priority. Now, when it comes to the Hangar doors, I will try and create a mechanism where we use merge blocks to lock the Hangar Bay in place. Otherwise we are going to have a bunch of grids wobbling while we are trying to move, and that is probably not a good idea. Also, if there is anything that we learned by building the elevator in our underground base, is that when you create several subgrids, they don't necessarily attach to each other. Right? And that is what we are going to do with the hinges. We are going to put, let's say, one hinge right there, and one hinge right there. Now, unfortunately for us, we cannot use the solution that we used with the pistons, where we raised one piston, placed the piston heads, dropped the elevator floor, and then attached the piston heads to the pistons. In essence, attaching all the subgrids together. In here, what we are going to do, we are going to create half of the hangar in one side and half of the hangar in the other side, and then we are going to misalign both of the hangars and place merge blocks on both sides, and then realign them again, and the merge blocks should merge the two subgrids together. But that's a big shoot, okay? I never tried this before, so fingers crossed this actually works. Did I say that we were going to use blast doors? Yeah, I changed my mind. Each blast door is a whopping 140 plates. Yeah, go away, I don't like you. No, 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 no. We are going to use light armor blocks, that's what I meant. Okay, my friends, so we did not need to misalign the two hinges. I thought we could not build merge blocks next to each other, but apparently we can. And so, if I, you know, deconstruct these two merge blocks, these two light armor blocks will now stay attached to each other, because I'm pretty sure these two things are now one single grid. I am like 99.9% sure, but there is one way we can be sure. We deconstruct this thing. Right? We come into both of these thingies, take their locks off, and we do a little bit of brute force engineering on this. No? You're not going to move. You're going to make me... Really? Come on. Oh, okay, bruh, well... well, I tried some brute force engineering. Apparently I'm not brute enough to be able to do it. We are going to assume both grids are attached to each other and take it from there. Or I could just weld these two things and test it out. There we go. See, one hinge is done so let's give it a little bit of velocity, and the other hinge is accompanying it. So, yep, we have verified that these things stayed together even after we deconstructed the merge blocks. Alright, my friends, the Hangar doors have been welded, and I'm pretty happy with the result, I have to say. It is exactly as I envisioned it, with the, this opening on the Hulk's crane and turret, meaning that the turret could also be quite useful in case we need to defend ourselves, right? It is at least one more thing shooting at the enemy, but now I also built a few timer blocks, so how about we set them up together, right? Wait, there is one final thing we have to do, and that is to rename these thingies, these hinges. Hangar door right. Put a big letter on that one, and Hangar door left. Cool. Now, for now, and given that we are mostly in zero gravity, I'm going to have one hinge control the door and the other hinge existing simply because this hinge is turned off, and the same for the other one. I'm pretty sure that with timer blocks I can have them work together at the same time. But if there is no need to do that, why do it in the first place, right? I suppose that the game will show me why eventually. In any case, let's set up these actions. So the first timer block is going to do two things. One of the things we can't do just now. The first thing is going to deactivate, in this case, the merge blocks locking the hangar doors together, and then is going to activate the second timer block, the open 2. Right, let's put it over there. Start, and then we go back. The open 2 triggers like immediately. Don't care about that. Setup actions, hinges, hangar door right, reverse, hangar door left, reverse, and then that's it. That's pretty much it. This one should also go almost immediately. 1 second there, 1 second there. Cool, right? And then we would do the reverse in here. The first one should... Let's set up the actions. Hinges right and left. Right, let's go reverse. This is the right one, yep. Left one, reverse as well. And activate the second timer block. Now here's where the thing is a tiny bit finicky, and we will have to try it out. Start. Right? This one should be activated immediately. However, this one, we need to see how long it takes for the hangar doors to close. Let's say 20 seconds. And then this one would activate the merge blocks. Right? So, how about we set up the merge blocks now so that we can test this in its full form, and then we actually test this with the timer blocks and whatnot, so that we can set up the proper timings for everything to be working perfectly. Okay, so even though I already completed the merge blocks, apparently we are going to run into some issues. Cannot merge ships, some blocks would occupy the same space. Right, I'm pretty sure I know what the game is referring. These blocks right there. These are the... it was looking so perfect. Why are you doing this to me, game? Oh, come on. Look how flush it looks. Like, you can barely see a gap in between them. It was looking so beautiful, and of course the game had to. Remove that from us, obviously. Okay, that's fine. That's perfectly fine. We are going to do an alternating pattern that is going to look like teeth on these things. Also, we might get into some trouble because that freighter is coming dangerously close to us. Let's take a look. I'm pretty sure that thing is now within the line of sight. Let's see how what is the direction that thing is going. It's going that way. Maybe we don't run into problems. However, I should be on standby if they decide to call in drones on us, we should use our own drones to defend ourselves. Okay guys, so this is the teeth design. However, we have run into a small issue. The merge blocks will not slot into one another. That's... well, quite unfortunate, I might say. However, I haven't given up yet. So, what we are going to do first, we are going to grind this thing away. We no longer need the merge blocks. We are going to do something a little bit sneaky. If we can't use merge blocks, we are going to use magnetic plates. So let me just grind this down and set up the next choice in Hangar locking device. I have to admit, my friends, the game really hates me. I want to do something nice, and look what it is doing. It's summoning the forces of Clang, and I don't want that in my ship. Okay, choice number B, teeth design, no bueno. We must find something else. So for attempt number 2, what we are going to do is we are going to use these F light armor blocks, attached to light armor blocks, right? To pretty much bring the main grid as close as possible to the magnetic plate without, you know, being in its way. So now, what we do over here, if I can access the build menu, is we turn off the auto lock. There we go. Used for parking, also off, by the way. I don't want to have weird stuff happen. There we go. Now let's slot this into place. Oh, by the way, let me just try one thing. I want to see if this method will allow me to do this. The first thingy that we tried, and the game didn't allow us because it was attempting to merge. Let's see. I'm just going to place this. Okay, so I just welded these two, just cause... I'm going to assume they are attached together. If they are not, we are going to find out soon enough. Let's close these doors. Going minus 0.5 in there, and minus 5 in here. Okay, let's try to close both of these doors. Once again, these two blocks are going to quote-unquote occupy the same space, but this time we are not going to merge the two grids together. We are actually going to quote-unquote park them. So let's see. Will you... Where is the lock in this thing? Ah, here it is. Oh no. No, it's not... Ah, like, back on my planet, okay, I built a ice crate, and that thing was attaching to the magnetic plate like 5 kilometers away. But now that I actually need this thing to attach to something at a relative distance, this thing is acting up. God damn it! Okay. Don't despair, base manager. Don't despair. Let's try something else. Okay, attempt number 2 in sneaky tactics to get what I want, because I cannot allow the game to win, otherwise, well, the game wins, and we are the player. We are the ones who must win. So I'm just going to put one of these slopes together, and hopefully there is something for the magnetic plate to attach itself, and maybe I should be in the build menu and not allow it to go that much. Yeah, if we do it like this, the door doesn't completely close together. Okay. That didn't work. Let's move on. Okay, so so far this has been the only way that I have managed to get two attaching parts together, but for some reason the merge blocks are not going off. They are powered, they are aligned. As we can see, the yellow thing tells us it is aligned. But for some reason it's not merging. Could it be because of this? You know, the turret is in the way. Oh my god, I tried so many things, my friends. So many things, and the game is constantly putting roadblocks in my way. I am running out of ideas and running out of time. If I continue just focusing on this, I won't get anything else done. But I would really like to get this working, the attaching thingy, because this is going to be a major problem if we don't get to attach the doors to the main grid. They are going to cause so much wobbling, it's not even going to be funny. I really need to find a way. I was just avoiding trying to use pistons and stuff like that, because, you know, that's the easy way. Just have a piston extend with a mag plate, it attaches, it's, I assume, done? Assume? I don't know. Yeah, that is going to use even more moving parts, and I would like to avoid that. Yeah, well, I suppose that for now the game has won, but it has won a battle, not the war. I might have just found a solution. Please tell me that this is going to work. No way. No freaking way that I can do this. No freaking way. Uh-huh.
Inventory
I don't
full.
believe that is the solution. This is the magical block that we were looking for? The magic conveyor tube? Is that the answer? It might be the answer. I know I just told you guys that I was going to give up, but I am extremely stubborn. It's one of my biggest flaws, is my stubbornness, but sometimes it yields results, so we can't just look at things in a negative way, right? Let's just say I am persistent, not stubborn. Well, if anything is going to explode, now it's the time, but I'm pretty sure it's not going to explode, so... Locked and loaded! Oh my god, I can't believe I found a solution that allows me to use my first design that is going to make this just... oh my god, I can't believe it! Oh... You guys have no idea how happy I am that I finally found a solution for this problem. I now have the doors locked, which means they shouldn't wobble and they shouldn't be creating forces while we are in transit, and I actually find a way that is not that complicated. It's just a shame that we have to use this lock, right? It's not the prettiest of locks, but we can just ignore it because, well, it works, and that's the most important part. Alright, so with that built and welded, let's set up the timer blocks properly now, right? So we have the timer block Hangar open, which we want to, let's go into mag plates. You go away, please. Let's see, unlock, and unlock, and then let's go into timers, activate, timer block open 2, right? Right. Then we want this to open number 2. I'm pretty sure this one is just to do the hinges, right? Hinges. The hinge limits have already been set, so that's cool. Now close 1 hinges again and activate close 2. It's close 2, right? Close 2. And then we're going to close into this one, and then here we go, mag plates lock and lock. Right, left. Okay. So let's give it for now 30 seconds of waiting time, and let's see how this goes. So let me just set this one up. This one is going to be timer block 1, start, and start. Okay, so right now the mag plates are locked in place into the magical conveyor tubes. All hail the conveyor tube, the savior of this project. And now we start. Right, the mag plates should unlock. Why? But why? Auto lock is off.
Energy low.
Auto lock is off. Maybe I pressed the wrong button. That probably was it. Open, start. Oh, here it goes, okay. What? Was that an illusion? it was an illusion. Okay, so what seems to be the problem here? They already locked again in place, huh? Okay, I'll have to troubleshoot this one. Well, I swear to you guys, I did not change a thing. The game was just being derpy, apparently. There we go. I just pressed the same button with the same setup, and now it is working. You know, the space engineers being space engineers, who cares, right? It is working, that's all it matters, and it wasn't my fault, so those are the best possible results. Now let's see if I gave it 15 degrees of a maximum thingy. Let's see if it stops in the right place. Here we go. Now, you could argue that I could put another hinge over there and completely fold the hangar doors, right? But I don't want to do that because that would interfere with this room over here and this room over here. It would be a pain in the ass to make it work, and this was actually the way I envisioned it in the first place, with the hangar doors just slightly tilted to the sides, like it is funneling in the Hulk, which is named the Hunk antenna. I am now noticing. I have this built. Oh my god! Really, I only now noticed that this is. Okay, whatever. But yeah, okay. So hangar doors open. Let's go for the reverse now. Cheers. Hangar doors close. Start. Let's go. Let's observe and see if everything goes according to plan. Well, almost. The timer needs some fiddling around, but as we can see we were almost there, so maybe 30 seconds not enough. Let's give it 40 seconds now. Well, I would say that 40 seconds is long enough. There we go. Magnetic plates have attached and the hangar door is closed. It took me a little bit of time, guys. I have to admit. I went through several attempts. I tried pretty much every single block there was. I tried blast doors, I even tried the round blocks, okay? I tried everything. Nothing was working. And then, all of a sudden I remembered, hey, the conveyor tubes, they are right in the middle of the block. Maybe they will work, and they did. I'm quite happy. Quite happy indeed. Now, like I said, I went through a bunch of time, my friends, so I'm just going to slap a few windows on this thing and call it a day. Okay, my friends, so all the windows have been welded. This is not exactly the prettiest thing ever, but it will do for now. If I come up with a better idea in the future, I just grind them down and replace them by something else. But I just remember one thing. We are using timer blocks. It would be a shame if we didn't added a couple of warning lights telling everybody that we are about to open our hangar doors. I love warning lights. You know, health and safety in the workplace. Department is always nagging us due to the unfortunate death of some engineers. But hey, we have security in mind. It's not our fault that some engineers decide to bang their heads against unwelded blocks, right? But yeah, my friends, from the exterior, this is the result. Now, as you can probably imagine, we are nowhere close to done. We are somewhat done in the frontal part, still a little bit of beautification is in order. I don't know how am I going to deal with this. Future me will have to concern himself with that. Present me doesn't want to think about that too much. And I also want to add maybe a few more engines on the back, just for aesthetical purposes. I'm pretty sure this is enough for our needs, but hey, if we can add a few more engines, it would not be the worst thing in the world, right? Now, there is another thing that we need to talk about that future me is going to do. One of you guys suggested in the comments if it would... well, it wasn't a suggestion, it was a question. If it would be possible for us to automate... of course, it's closed. Obviously. If it would be possible to automate the drones that we have. After all, right now, if... Wow, so much violence. Right now, if we want to control the drones, well, we have to do it ourselves, right? Open all hangar doors, please. We have to unlock them from their connectors and then go, you know, Shift K to control them. However, I've been doing a little bit of search throughout the workshop, and I believe I have found something interesting. So, in the workshop we can find these two scripts, the automated defense and patrol drone and the attack drone as simple. I've been looking at them and I have to admit, it is a little bit intimidating, but I'm going to give it a try in the future. I want to finish the capital ship first, but I also want to try these things out. And by the way, another thing, one of you guys have asked me if it was possible for me to share the blueprints. Well, the blueprints for the Firefly and the Monstrosity are already in the workshop, should you want to give it a try. I'm going to also add the Hulk and the Spacetrosity in the future. But for right now, my friends, this is all the time that I have. And I think it was time well spent, even though I was overcome by my stubbornness. In the end, we prevailed over the game. The game didn't want us to have nice things, but in the end, we end up with nice things. So I'm pretty happy about this hangar door that we have built. Pretty satisfied with the result. Of course, that we might beautify it in the future a little bit, but the mechanism, it is already working as intended. So I can't complain too much about that. But with that said, my friends, this is all the time that I have. So I hope that you have enjoyed this episode and that you are enjoying the series so far. If you are, please consider subscribing and help the channel grow. But in the meantime, this is the Base Manager signing out. Bye bye!